Happy Monday. We have an NFT project we're going to be talking about, and I don't bring a lot of NFT projects onto the channel because I'm just not a huge NFT fan, honestly. But this is a team that has done a lot of successful things. This is a team that is bringing a lot of good stuff into the Web3 environment. I've been connected with this team for a long time, and so when they mentioned they are doing a new NFT launch, I thought, hey, come on the channel. Let's talk about it. Let's see if this is something that could be good for my audience. So Tyler, I believe, is going to be joining us from Alpha Shares. He said he was running a couple of minutes behind, so you have to deal with me for just a couple minutes. I'm so sorry. I know you get sick of me and my monologues, but it is what it is. What I need from you guys as we're getting going, please hit the like button, and special welcome to my Twitter viewers. I've been having a ton of people hop on from Twitter. If you are watching on Twitter, think about coming over to YouTube. Okay, that's actually where, when I do giveaways and things like that, it's actually on YouTube is where you're going to get those giveaways and things. But I know Elon is really big into making Twitter video a big thing. So I totally get why you're watching on Twitter, but come on over to YouTube. Also, I'll leave links to this is called the Alpha Pups is what we're going to be talking about here today. So go ahead and hit like if you're watching and say hello. What did you do over Easter? What were your Easter plans? I'd love to just get to know you guys a little bit. We always do go to church, of course, because that's the reason for the season is that we're celebrating the death and then the resurrection of Jesus Christ. And I'm just always reminded that because of his resurrection, death is not the worst thing that can happen to you. When you die someday, I believe you're going to be raised again and you're going to spend eternity in heaven. So that gives a lot of hope. You know, if you don't have that, then, this life is what you live for. But if you know you have another life to live for after death, that's what I'm living for. So say hello. We got Sean here. Good to see you. Let's talk a little bit about, and there's Micah. I hung out with my buddy Jimmy on Easter. That is right. Micah came over. We hung out a little bit. So good to see you. Oh yeah. And I forgot to mention what we did. So we went to church, of course. Then I went to my parents, and we have a huge family. My parents have 6 kids. Most of them live around here in Lincoln. And one of my brothers has 4 kids. One has 5 kids going on 6. One has 1 kid, another has 1 kid, and I've got 3 kids. So we have quite the get together at my parents' house when we do that. So let me go ahead and share screen while we're waiting for Tyler. He will have all the details. I have just what is available on the website, but we got Ben here. He says, hey, James, AS, which is Alpha Shares, which is the team that put this together. They are awesome. And yes, I agree. They're a great team. They've done a lot of different things. One thing is their marketplace right now. So this is an NFT marketplace that you can check out. And one of the unique things that their marketplace does is when you list something on their marketplace, it actually aggregates to all the other big NFT marketplaces. So one of the problems with NFT marketplaces is if it's a small one, you don't really want to list there that badly because it's like, well, who's going to see it if I put it, on this small rinky-dink marketplace? But Alpha Shares actually aggregates onto like OpenSea and all the big ones. So when you list on Alpha Shares, it will be on all the big ones also. So you can see they've got Mutant Ape Yacht Club, Bored Ape Yacht Club, Azuki. And it's just, they do a really good job with user interface. That's probably one of the number one things, even from their landing pages and stuff. It just looks really nice. So definitely, if you're looking for NFTs, you're looking to sell NFTs, come on over to their marketplace. This is the place to be. So we do have Tyler here. So let me go ahead and bring him up. Tyler, welcome. I was just talking about how awesome your marketplace is before we got into the Pack Pups. But Tyler, how are you doing today? Welcome back to the channel. Good to have you back again.
I'm doing well. You can hear me, right?
Yes. Yep. You sound good. You don't have your normal, wonderful, studio quality microphone that you often have, but this is pretty good.
Well, here, how does that sound? Does it sound better now?
Oh yeah, that does sound better.
Perfect. Yeah, no, I've got my other mic here. It's my little travel one, but it wasn't connected at first, so that's why I was wondering how it sounded. So I'm glad that you told me that. But we should be all professional quality now.
There you go. There you go. That's why we like to be pros. That's why we're here. That's why we're doing what we're doing. So I
Exactly.
just got done telling people about your marketplace and how amazing that is. Tyler, we're gonna skip introductions because we've had you on the channel so many times. I'm tired of hearing your introduction personally. No, we know you very well. We know the Alpha Shares team pretty well. So let's just jump right into the Alpha Pack Pups. Tell us about
Sure.
this NFT collection, what you're trying to do with this, what these NFTs are going to be. Just take it away, Tyler.
Sure. So, for one, James, thanks as always for having us up on the stage with you. It's always a pleasure hanging out with you guys. And I do apologize for being a few minutes late and was running around all day today and just got back with the setup, the mobile setup, as you could tell. But yeah, we're here today to talk about the Alpha Pack Pups. And really, the core of what this is comes back to the marketplace. So, we've done so much over the past few years, well, a couple years, I guess, over 2 years now that we've been building in this space. But it still remains the first product or platform that we ever released was our NFT marketplace. That got released first on August of 2022. And we spent a lot of time upgrading it, building new features. And well, we admit that the first version left a lot to be desired. And so this Alpha Pack Pups collection is one of our strategies, a component of the strategy, I should say, to get the new version of the marketplace in the hands of more and more people and to really become a premier marketplace. So that's the focus of this Pups collection. It did start out over a year ago. The first ever time we announced it was in February of 2023. And we announced this as just a fun game, really. As you could see here, the multiverse mirror pup game was that, well, this is going to be the first ever chain that we know of that is minting across 6 different chains. So it's a complete multi-chain collection across 6 different chains. The chains that it is launching on were originally the first 6 chains of the Alpha Shares marketplace. The marketplace now is on 13. We just can't stop adding them. I don't know what's wrong with us. And it's still, though, this collection remains on those original 6. We did swap out Phantom for Optimism, and that's just because Phantom, for better or for worse, it seems to kind of being a dying chain. There's not much going on there.
Yep.
Exactly. And so we've now, had this collection that started out as just a fun game, minting across 6 chains, but we've actually added so much more utility to it. And so that's what we're here to talk about is, beyond the game, what is this collection? What's it for? What does it do? So
Oh,
thank you for having
man.
us up here to talk about it.
Oh yeah, so much mystery. I love it. You stay tuned for the answers to all these questions. So just a few questions as I'm going through it. First off, do you want to talk about the game? Like what exactly is it? How are people supposed to use these? Tell us a little bit about that.
So it started out as we wanted to educate people on how to trade across multiple chains. We know a lot of people are interested in getting into NFTs, buying their first NFT, especially during the last bear market. I mean, we saw it's really cool the dynamic between the cycle of bull and bear. During a bull market, you get a ton of new people that are interested in getting involved. And many of them are too late to the game. I mean, that's just kind of the theme that happens. Someone hears their buddy, oh, I 10x'd, I 5x'd, I bought an NFT and it 10x'd. And it takes them until they're like, oh my God, I 50x'd, until that friend is finally like, you know what, I'll buy it. And they buy it at the top, right? But then you get a different dynamic in the bear market where there are people that are genuinely interested in trying out different ecosystems and different platforms. And so we had a lot of people hearing about the Alpha Shares marketplace, but they've only ever tried trading on one chain or never before. And we thought this would be such a fun way to get people educated on how to trade across multiple chains. And we had those first 6 chains. Not only that, but from the beginning of the development, we've actually been working with a team called CryptoLink, which we love those guys over there. They're fantastic to us. And they've actually built out part of their software that they've already created all around cross-chain technology. Is we actually, I believe, are the first marketplace ever, not only to release a mint across 6 chains, but to also have technology that allows you to mint from one chain to another. So we do want to teach people and educate them on the difference between gas tokens per chain. Obviously, if you're on Ethereum, it's ETH. If you're on Avalanche, it's AVAX tokens. And so you do want to educate them on that. But we also thought that it was important to reduce those barriers to entry where people are like, okay, I downloaded a MetaMask, I've got Ethereum. what the hell is Avalanche? How do I trade with that? What is this AVAX token? And so instead, we wanted it to be where no matter where your liquidity is currently, let's say it's on Ethereum, you can go ahead and mint your NFT that's on Avalanche directly with Ethereum. So the whole concept of this was to play a multi-chain game, to educate people on trading across multiple chains on our platform, obviously get people into our platform, but also reduce those barriers to entry and give an incredible trading experience where people can, again, trade across chains with their existing chains. So they wanted to buy that Polygon NFT. They're like, I don't have Polygon added to my MetaMask. I don't have any Matic. Well, don't worry about it. Just use your Ethereum. Go ahead and mint your token on Polygon through Ethereum. And that's something that no one else has really done. And so that was the core. And that really kind of sums up the original vision of the game, but there's still so much more to it.
Okay, love it. Well, let's keep diving into it. So minting breakdown. So you can mint on any chain, like you said, or on these 6 chains. And then it says collect all 6 matching pups to receive special benefits. Tell us about that.
So this is where we started to really develop the system into being more than just having fun. We think that it's going to be successful, or would have been successful, just being a game, a cheap mint. It was originally $50 for the mint. You know, who wants to pass that up? But we wanted to put some big benefits on. Okay, what if you did manage to collect the set? And just to kind of touch on that too, because I don't think we kind of walked over that, is collecting the set means that there's 2,222 NFTs per chain. So across 6 chains, there's actually over 13,000 total NFTs. But the way that that works is that there's a matching set across the chains. So 2,222 per one out of those 2,222 is matching across the 6. So if you get a pup that has a white hat and blue shades, right, you can go ahead and find that same pup with the white hat and the blue shades. I'm simplifying this on the other chains. And if you manage to collect those 6, which is that, you know, special benefit that's mentioning there, the special benefit is actually that the treasury for these pups will be used to trade NFTs. So we obviously raise a rather large treasury, a few $100,000 from the original mint, and now with the $100 mint price, we're raising over $1 million with this collection. It's our mechanism of how to spur trading activity on our platform. So we're using that treasury to actually buy and sell blue chip NFTs. The NFTs that most of us, they're out of our reach. We can't afford a Bored Ape. We can't afford a Pudgy, but everyone wants one. And the volatility on these things are crazy. And so we have, you know, established relationships because we're an NFT marketplace with some of the top NFT traders out there that they buy and sell and they make profit. So we want to activate this treasury to buy NFTs, sell them at a higher price, and make profit on them. We're going to do that all on the Alpha Shares platform. And so since we are the owners of the platform, we actually have more margin because we save on platform fees. We make an extra 2% per trade. So our goal here is to activate the treasury and make some profit. And the profit does 2 things, or those trading activities do 2 things. One, generate profit, and that profit goes back to pup holders. So 50% of all the profit makes its way right back to you that holds a pup. So you have a fun game to play, right? That's the number one main kind of component to this. But the secondary component is it's passive income. You get passive income from us trading NFTs. The benefit for us trading NFTs, well, it's because the people that hold these collections, they're going to be like, oh, wait, what the hell is this Alpha Shares marketplace? I see Pudgies and Bored Apes and Mutant Apes being flipped on this marketplace. What is this? So it's our unique way of getting marketing to our platform as well, because it's going to show up as an aggregator. If somebody lists a Bored Ape with us, well, on every other aggregator, OpenSea Pro and all these other ones, they're going to be like, whoa, there's a seed of listings popping up with these blue chip collections on this other marketplace I've never heard about. So it helps us get visibility. If you do match all 6, though, to go to the full circle here, you actually get a 10x multiplier on those treasury earnings. So holding 1, you get a 1x. Holding 6, you get a 6x because 6 times 1. But if you get that matching set, you actually get to burn your 6 matching wolves into a mega wolf. And we haven't really teased those out yet, what they look like. Going to be super cool artwork. And those mega wolves, there's going to be a limited supply, at least that receive these big airdrops. But you always will have the benefit of having that additional multiplier on your treasury earnings. And there's more to go along with that too. The first 20 people that match that set, they'll actually get a $5,000 airdrop of partner NFTs. So one of our big pushes with this launch is we sweep the floor of our featured collections, and we're taking about $100,000 to sweep those floors. And it's all going into a prize pool. So the first 20 people, they get to split that up and they each get $5,000 of NFTs if they're the first 20 to match. So big incentives to play the game, to match them up, not only with the airdrops, but also with the treasury kind of weighted return.
Okay, and that sounds kind of fun. So you can go find maybe whoever minted those, and then you'll have to maybe work out a deal with them or get them to list them to try and gather all 6 of them up, correct?
Absolutely. And it further gets people involved with the Alpha Shares ecosystem and platform. So people will have to use Alpha Shares to go ahead and investigate which holder has the NFT they want, go ahead and make an offer on it. We've got a very, very powerful trait filtering system. So as simple as it is when you mint your NFT on the chain that you first get your NFT on and you want to find the matching one, you go to your NFT. And obviously, as every marketplace you have your traits. And on our marketplace, the cool thing about that is you can actually click the trait. And when you click that trait, it'll show all NFTs that have that trait. So we made it very easy for you to find your matching traits. And that allows you to, more quickly submit your offers among, the people that hold the one that you're looking for.
Okay, very cool. So that'll be really educational for people. If you're just getting into NFTs, that's a great way to kind of dip your toe into the different chains. Like I said, and then you mentioned it's $100 to mint, and you're using the native gas token on each chain. So that's again a good education aspect there. 2,222 across on each chain. So there's going to be a total of 6 times 2,222, correct?
That's correct. I believe it's 13,332.
Oh my goodness, look at that math. Good job, Tyler. That was good. I was going to try to do it in my head, but then I decided not to. So, okay, very good. So what do the pups do? Purchasing desirable NFT assets for staking, arbitration for profit generation, deal making to bring projects into the marketplace, pre-sale, whitelist. Do you want to talk a little bit about this?
Sure. So as we all know, like I mentioned, a lot of these blue chip NFTs are out of our reach, most people, right? But and this is something that we've had as a common theme throughout everything we do. As individuals, for most people, we're rather powerless when it comes to these very expensive NFT collections or token launches. But as a cumulative effort, as a community, we can come together and we can achieve these things. And so that's what this Pups collection does, is it becomes a bit of a mutual fund as well of buying these different top blue chip assets, which, as we all know, they come with whitelisting opportunities and crazy good opportunities that, let's say you hold a Bored Ape. Well, every new token that's launching, they're going to want to get Bored Ape holders into their token. So they automatically airdrop people, they whitelist people, they get people involved. So part of this process of buying these NFTs that are out of reach of most people that come with these awesome perks, well, we're going to push those perks right back down to the community. And let's say we have limited whitelist spots, pre-sale allocations, we'll go ahead and raffle them off. Or figure out the best way to get them to the community, through community vote and whatnot. But at least we have those opportunities that come from holding these NFTs, and they make their way back to you guys.
Okay, very good. Love it. Drawing NFT projects into Alpha Shares, exclusive NFT airdrops. So those are kind of the benefits of the pups there. And then you kind of already talked through what you're going to be doing with the funds as they come in. Do you want to talk about these? Did you mention these raffles already?
So that is, we haven't really, and that's really going to come down to part of when we distribute, profits to people. If we do raffles as well, which it is likely to happen, we haven't announced our first raffle, but it's the same thing, dependent on pup count. So same as, your proportional earning on profit, same thing with a raffle. Your raffle tickets will equal your holdings of pups versus the total amount of pups. And just for these royalties, though, as you can see here, our first ever collection was the Alpha Pack that launched with our marketplace in August of 2022, making people the owners of our marketplace. Straight up, 70% of fees on our marketplace go right back to that collection. So they are our OGs. This Pups collection is the puppy version of that collection. And so because we want to, we pay homage to homage rather, to the original collection, 10% of all royalties will go back to that collection. And I'd like to talk about why this is important, because we really think that the royalties generated on this collection will be massive. And why is that? Well, it's because we've deliberately set this mint price to be very low. We've set it to be $100, as you saw, public pricing, but our goal is actually to sell out this collection in pre-sale. The pre-sale is 25% off, so it's $75 a mint. James, just to tell you, I don't know if anyone on our team has told you yet, but we do have a private pre-sale link for you. I believe we've got about 100 or 200 NFTs that you will have access to for your community. We're kind of severely limiting this because we have so many communities that we're sending these links to. Our goal, again, is to mint it out in pre-sale. We've done that deliberately, and that's because there is the last feature we've talked about here, the game, and we've talked about the passive income. But there's a third feature that these NFTs have, which we believe is going to make these NFTs far more valuable than mint price. And so while it's reaching those higher dollar values in terms of floor price, there's going to be a ton of trading activity and a ton of royalties. And that's why we've put a component of these royalties to go back to the pup holders, back to the original Alpha Pack, and then also further grow our treasury. So if you want, I could talk about that third feature, and then the rest of this can kind of be a recap and Q&A. You tell me.
That would be great. Yeah, talk about that third feature. And then if anyone has questions, YouTube or Twitter, go ahead and ask, and I'll bring those up for Tyler.
Perfect. So the final feature, I actually think that this is one of the most powerful ones, if not the most powerful. A ton of people are obviously interested in playing the game, collecting these. There's so much speculation too, oh, if I pick up 4 on one chain, well, I can match my set with 1, but I know that I hold 3 that other people are going to want. So you can flip those, right? And make back all your money for the one that you're trying to collect. So there's a ton of fun to the game itself. There's a ton of fun to passive income. Everybody wants that. But the biggest thing, in my opinion, is we are actually pricing in the value of our Alpha Shares customer, the people trading on our marketplace with this collection. How are we doing that? Well, these NFTs actually reduce or remove platform fees on the marketplace. It's a limited collection, so 2,222 per chain. You have to hold, if you hold 1 of these pup NFTs, your fees on Alpha Shares go from 2% to 1%. Cut them in half for $75. That's crazy. Okay. Then for 2, if you hold 2 of them, so for $150 at pre-sale, of course, you can save 100% of your platform fees, meaning Alpha Shares fees go from 2% to 0%. This might not mean a lot to some people. There are a lot of people that might be listening that are like, oh, I just buy NFTs for projects I want to support. I never even sell them. The most fees I've paid on marketplaces is like $10. So I don't want to spend $150 to save on fees because I don't even sell NFTs. But there are some people out there, a lot of people actually, that they trade NFTs on the daily with massive volumes. Think about a Bored Ape Yacht Club holder right now. And I looked about a week ago, they were going for 15 Ethereum. And at Ethereum's price at that time, the fee that was being taken on OpenSea was not OpenSea, Magic Eden, because they're not on OpenSea anymore, was between $1,200 and $1,500 per trade. Imagine if they spent $150, they'd save over $1,000 every single time they traded an NFT. So for some people, these high profile traders, these top 1% really is what it comes down to. They will see immense value in these NFTs because Alpha Shares is an aggregator and we go and push out listings to every other marketplace out there. That means that someone with an Bored Ape can come to Alpha Shares, hold 2 pups for $150, list their NFT on Alpha Shares. It'll get seen on OpenSea and X2Y2 and parts of Blur and other areas that aggregate listings. So it will have the visibility. And someone that's looking to buy one will buy it off Alpha Shares. And guess what? That person just saved over $1,000. So if that happens, which it will, these people might very well see value in these NFTs at far more than $75. It could be worth $1,000 in NFT because if there's someone that's trading multiple in a week or multiple in a month, they're spending thousands of dollars per week or per month in fees. If they can save it by spending $500, they will. And so that's where we really want to play up on this. And we think that this dynamic here is going to explode the floor price of these NFTs because rather than us doing a farming program like Blur or like Magic Eden, hey, trade with us, earn points. We'll put the money back in your pocket by giving you money to trade with us. We're keeping the money in their pocket. We're not having you earn points. You're not farming. At the end of the day, farming only caters to the top 1%. At $75, you can trade about 4,000. I think it was about $4,000 to $4,500 worth of NFTs. You make all that money back that you spent on the pups in regards to fee savings. So at this low price point, it helps out those lower traders that trade, it sounds kind of wild saying, oh, the people that trade a few $1,000s worth of NFTs, it'll save you money too. Because it's crazy that there are people that trade hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars worth of NFTs a week. For those people, it's a massive benefit. But we also wanted to keep it as a benefit for those smaller traders too. We could have definitely made this collection 200 pieces at $1,000 a pop, and it would have only been targeting those big traders. but we've done it for everyone.
Okay, I love that. Yeah, so that's an added utility to these NFTs. And Tyler, we were talking about this earlier, and yeah, it's like, well, I don't do a lot of NFT trading, but there are people who do a lot of NFT trading, and so they're going to be looking for these to lower their costs as much as possible, and so that will make the price of these go up. And then I didn't know about the pre-sale link, so that's amazing too. Save $25 being part of the pre-sale. That's amazing. So let's see. We got Yabonks. He says, I personally wouldn't trust Alpha shares, but good luck, everyone. That is because it is April Fool's Day today, at least here in the US. I don't know if they do that all over the world, but Yabonks is a big Alpha shares fan, and that is his April Fool's. That's his attempt at an April Fool's joke. So good stuff. Sea Lion says, Alpha shares is awesome. Get in or miss out. So yes, getting in pre-sale is going to probably be the move if you want to. You get these at a cheaper price, so you automatically are kind of in the profit there when it gets launched to everyone. So love that. Love to see that. So for people who want to be a part of the pre-sale, so again, I'm going to leave this pups.alphashares.io to go read about it. We got Justin here saying, let's go Alpha Shares. So yeah, you got some fans in here. So you can go check this out. If people want to get into the pre-sale, you're going to give me a link that if you're in my paid community or you're in passive income engines, I'll go ahead and share it in both those places. If there's any left over in the links that Tyler, do you know how many you're giving to my community?
It's between 100 and 200, so
Okay.
it is limited. But we'll talk in the back channels. Whatever you want, we'll be lenient with you because you're one of our favorites. So there you go. You'll get the special privilege.
Okay, love it. See you, Bonks. If you didn't do jokes like that, maybe you'd be one of the favorites. No, I'm just kidding. Yabonks is definitely one of Tyler's favorites as well. So my paid community is going to get first dibs. Passive income engines is going to get second dibs. And then if there's a few left over, we'll see about maybe giving it to just some random subscribers or something like that. But I would love to, Tyler, help you get this minted out. So as soon as the public mint is live too, I'll get some YouTube shorts and we'll get announcements out for everyone. Hey, pre-sale's over, ready to mint this live. So love it. Does anybody have any questions before we kind of wrap up here? Let's see. Fade says that he loves the UI. And yes, I agree. That's one of my favorite things you guys make, especially for Web3. Web3 is very bad at UI in general. And so you guys do a great job with that. How you get in, I'm interested. Yes, we'll have more details. But if you're in my paid community or you're in passive income engines, you can also shoot me an email and we'll make sure to get you taken care of. So let's see. Can you answer my question, James? Yeah, shoot me an email and we can talk about that. I want to stay focused on the Alpha Share stuff here. But yeah, let me know for sure. All right. Well, hey, that's pretty self-explanatory. Great new NFT collection. I've had good success in the previous NFT collection, so I'm excited to be part of this one as well. Tyler, do you have any final clarifications or anything that you want to share with us? Oh, here's a good question. Vegetarian pig. That's an interesting name there. Are all NFTs equal or are some more unique / rare?
It's a great question. And so, yes, they all have rarities. So there are going to be actual traits. So it's a full collection. These NFTs, they have different rarities for traits. They have different abilities. It's a fun, full collection where there will be actually rarity ranking as well. But the fun thing is that with this game, as I mentioned, your goal is to collect all 6 across the chains and they're a matching set. But let's say you have 5 and you're like, crap, I can't get that 6th one. What am I going to do? Well, there's also a very rare card that's called a wild card. And so just like any other kind of trading game, matching game, you're playing Uno, right? You get your wild card and you're able to use that in place of something else that's powerful. And so for us, this wild card means that you can actually apply this to match up with any other set that you have. So you technically could have even 6 wild cards. If you're crazy enough to be able to collect that many, you could turn in all 6 for a matching set. You can have one set, one real one, and then 5 wild cards or any, mix match of that. And so there are default rarities based in the collection in and of itself, which I think as the collection settles, as more people collect, as some get burned, the more rare ones will probably be more sought after. But for the game itself, these wild cards are really that really, really rare card where if you get one, you're like, yes, I don't have to find my matching set. Because I'm sure for some people, it'll be easier to find your matching set. You'll find that person that's like, oh, yeah, I'll give it to you for $25 more than I minted it for. And you're going to have some people that are like, I'm never selling this. You're going to have to give me $500 to match up your set. And so that's where getting that wild card might make it easier for you.
Okay, love that. But the utility will be the same for each NFT, regardless of what traits they have, correct?
That's correct. Yes. Yeah, they're all the
Okay.
same. And that's where, the whole point of this is to be a fun collection that decentralizes the ownership of, our mutual fund of NFTs that we push on our own platform to grow the brand. I do want to exemplify from a business standpoint. I'm sure that there's people in here that are wondering, how does this fit into their vision, their goals for the marketplace? How is it supposed to grow the marketplace? And so I'll touch real quick on this because I think that it's important. We see other marketplaces that have been very, very successful. Most of their decision-making process is very, very bureaucratic up to their private investors. You look at Blur, OpenSea, LooksRare, Magic Eden, they've all raised millions and millions and millions of dollars from venture capital, private equity, and angel investing. What did they use that money for? Exactly what I mentioned earlier. Farming programs. Come to our platform. We've put $1 million into a prize pool of tokens that you can earn if you trade with us. But as I also mentioned, who does that benefit? It only benefits the biggest traders out there. It gets the biggest traders with the biggest, deepest wallets and the most amount of NFTs come to their platform and try and farm the crap out of those tokens. But who does it leave out? It leaves out 95%, 99% of people that are actually still active traders, but they're just not trading millions of dollars of volume. And at the end of the day, that decision-making process was 100% focused around their investor, which is a very centralized thinking. We at Alpha Shares do everything in a very decentralized way. We want to raise our money from the community, and we want the community to benefit from every action that we take. So rather than raising money from venture capital and doing the same approach and putting the money back in your pocket, we're keeping the money in your pocket. We're pricing in the value of our customer with this mint. It's our business decision, our unique methodology of getting people to use the platform by giving something away. Instead of raising money and giving it to the top traders, we're giving something away. We're giving you guys a piece of our fees, a piece of our success, a piece of our profit. And in return, well, we hope that if you can trade for free on a platform as powerful as ours, that you will. And that's what's really pushing this whole dynamic is this trickle down economics as well, where instead of us only supporting the big trader, we're supporting everybody. And we're supporting the projects as well. As I mentioned, we're sweeping the floor of all of our featured collections. No other marketplace is going to do that. This is what I talk about most when I get in front of our featured collection communities. Hey, guys, what other marketplace is just going to go sweep up your NFTs? None of them. But with us, we want to support the project from the project down. We get very close with project founders. You guys have an issue with your collection page, your listings, your contract. Well, you reach out to me directly or someone on our team and we fix it for you. You don't go submit a ticket, wait weeks for a response, get some weird, cold, bleak, just kind of stupid response that people always get from OpenSea or Magic Eden. And then a week later, you get delisted and you have no idea why. With us, we're a marketplace that's owned by the community, ran by the community. Us at Alpha Shares, we're only 30% owners of the marketplace. 70% of the marketplace is owned by our first ever collection holders. So we're doing this to benefit our community. And I think that that's very different than what every other marketplace does, which is to benefit their investor, private investor.
Awesome. Love that. And love to, again, one of my goals, we've talked about this, is my goal with my channel. One of them is to help average people get into crypto. And so the education piece of it is a great part of that. James, can you please share Alpha's Discord link? Yes, let me grab that. I'll grab that and put that in the comments, and I'll put it in the description as well. And that's a great way if you have more questions you want to go get answered, or you just want to get to know the community a little bit. That's a great place to do it. So I'll post that link. It's just /invite/Alpha Shares. But there it is, and I'll throw it in the description as well. So awesome. Well, Tyler, anything else that you want to share with us before we kind of wrap up here and let you get to work? I know you're busy. You got a lot to do here. So any final words of inspiration for our week?
Well, I've got two things. One, we do have an AMA in our Discord in 25 minutes. It's our weekly AMA where we go over all things Alpha Shares related. So if this is the first time you're hearing about us, pop in there. You get to hear a lot about the other things we're doing. We've raised millions and millions of dollars for other ventures. We do mining Bitcoin down in Paraguay. We're doing industrial businesses. We've launched DeFi protocols, and we have the marketplace. So we do so much more than just the marketplace, but the marketplace in this current push is our way to get more and more people to use the marketplace so that because the bull market is here, we want Alpha Shares to become a premier platform. We want it to be able to stand on its own two legs and to grow without us having to constantly push and push and push. We've now created a platform that is so powerful. We just need people to use it and share the news. So the last thing I'll leave you guys on is one call to action for those of you listening. All I want you to do, try out the marketplace. Go to alphashares.io right now, later today, whenever you have time. If you were thinking about buying or selling or trading an NFT at all this week, go on Alpha Shares. Go check it out. The fact that we've made such a powerful aggregated marketplace means that you can see all of your OpenSea listings, all your Magic Eden listings, X2Y2, Looks Rare, Magically, everything in one spot. Alpha Shares is a portal into every other marketplace, and we have our listings portal into every other marketplace. So we can show listings, and if you list with us, your listing will show on all those other ones too. 170 plus marketplaces. So we just want you guys to try it. That's the biggest thing you can do. Try it out, give us feedback, hop into our Discord, let us know what you think. If you have improvement requests, guess what? Almost every time we've gotten a suggestion, we've implemented it. That's all we need. We want your feedback.
Awesome. Well, hey, Tyler, I appreciate you coming on here talking with us. Audience, thank you guys. Thank you for your questions, your attention, for showing up. Appreciate you guys. And stay tuned. We'll get you access to mint these at the pre-sale price. And then, Tyler, thank you so much for coming on, sharing what you're doing. Thank you for keep building things. You built all through the bear market, and now I think a lot of those efforts are going to pay off here now that we're in a bull market, and we're starting to see, although today's not been a great day, but starting tomorrow, the bull market, as we see things start to go up. So love that. So thank you, Tyler, for coming on.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me. And that's the goal is, all this hard work over the past 2 years will result in us being a premier big brand in Web3. And that's our goal. And you guys will come right alongside us. And James, always been a massive help to us getting this, all of our news and latest releases out into the hands of the public. So thank you. And thank you again for having us today. And I hope you and everyone else listening has a fantastic rest of their Monday. It's Manic Monday, guys. Let's get past today. And then the rest of the week is smooth sailing.
That's right. That's right. Thank you so much, everybody. Hope you have a great rest of your day, and we'll talk to you later.